Today we are starting our first, what we're going to call takeover or breakout session for graduate programs. Up until this point, since this whole pandemic started, we've been, as you know, socially distant just like everybody else. We've been working remote, but we altered our recruitment techniques in order to provide our prospective students with virtual information sessions on Zoom. For the past, 14 weeks or so, we've been doing information sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays, covering a lot of the general parts of applying to graduate school and graduate school information itself, what it looks like, funding, things like that. Now that the summer is, now that July has started, we're moving over to a program takeover format, like I said. We're hoping to get more programs involved and provide you with more of the information that we've seen attendees asking for. They still have said they're interested in the funding and general information, but now they want to know about the programs. So I'd like to introduce my team. We have Miss Nanette Rojas. She's the Assistant Director of Graduate Recruitment at the university, as well as we have Miss Shira Zeller. She is our coordinator and marketing guru for the graduate side of the Office of Admissions. And today's session is computer science. So I would also like to welcome and thank Miss Rebecca Arocha for joining us. Rebecca worked within the Office of Admissions for a long time with both Nanette and myself. So we are very excited to see another colleague back in the fold that we haven't seen for a little bit because of all this social distancing. So Rebecca, the floor is yours. Thank you everybody for joining us, and enjoy her presentation.
Thank you so much, Albert. So hi everyone, good morning, and thank you for joining us. As Albert said, my name is Rebecca, and I used to work in their office for many years and a long time, and now I'm with the College of Computing and Information Sciences. So I am basically their senior coordinator and academic advisor for all of their graduate programs, and I'm just here to share some basic information with you and help you through and give you a couple of reasons why grad school would be good. And this is a perfect time. Of course, we're all stuck at home, so why not study virtually, right? We're making it that much easier for you to go back to school. So let me give you some basic, let me see here. So a couple of good reasons why you want to go to graduate school. You want to invest in your future. Today's job market is really competitive, so having a graduate degree will definitely put you up there in the ranking along with those other candidates applying for similar positions that you would be applying for. Additionally, you get more qualifications, you get more of an education as far as a specialty wise, and you can get research experience. You might pursue an interest that you didn't know you have more in depth. We have a lot of research going on with a lot of our major professors right now. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. You also want to make connections. Graduate school is a great way to get some internships. Professors can lead you in the right direction. You can also increase your financial prospects. And there's also, you get academic recognition, right? At the graduate level, a lot of our professors are doing research, publishing papers. And if you assist with them and do research with them, then that also gets your name on the papers as well. So if you're looking forward to maybe a PhD in the future, that's a great way to start right there. Even if you just start with your master's, and a PhD is way out of your mind at this point.
Rebecca, I'm sorry to interrupt, Rebe.
Yes.
If you shared your screen, we're not able to see it.
Oh, okay.
So just wanted to let you know. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. I did share it, and I'm not sure. Let me see.
If you like, you can send it to one of us via. Oh, there we go.
There?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank
Sorry,
you.
y'all. This is the first time, so excuse some of these technicalities.
Thanks. So as I was saying, you can get some academic recognition doing research with our professors as well. While a PhD may be far out of your mind right now, it may be something that comes into your mind as you get more experience and you study with some of our professors. So let's see. So which programs do we have to offer you at the School of Computing and Information Sciences? We currently offer a Master's in Cybersecurity. We have the Masters of Information Technology, Masters of Telecom and Networking, Masters of Data Science, Computer Science, and of course there's the PhD in Computer Science. So a little bit about each program. Cybersecurity is a great program to go into if you're looking to work with government, if you're looking to work with software engineering, software programming. If you have a computer engineering degree or IT degree, it's a good field for you to go into and advance your education in that way as well. Our program is actually certified. You do get a certificate from Homeland Security as well if you do pursue that master's program. And it is estimated that jobs in that field will be on the rise at least by 35%, if I remember correctly, within the next 4 or 5 years. So it is an increasing field, it is in demand, and we can expect a lot more job opportunities in that career, in that area in the coming years. Masters of Information Technology, that's kind of like our go-to program. We have a lot of students in that program. If you're IT, tech savvy, love software programming, that's pretty much the go-to. Telecom and networking, we have a lot of students from a lot of different areas and fields, including communications that go into that program. Data science is more analytical, and they like to analyze data structures, and that one has 3 tracks that they offer. It has the business analytics aspects, the computational aspect, as well as the biostatistics aspect. Our other program, computer science, exactly what it is, it's computer science. Typically all of our bachelor students look forward to doing the 4+1 with computer science. It's a great program to go into. It's a great career, high paying, high demand. And then if you typically start out with the master's in computer science, you get some experience to move on to the PhD, especially if you love the research. Right now, we have some research going on in robotics, artificial intelligence. So it's a growing field in its own. So let's see. So some of the areas of studies that I mentioned, we have database systems, data instructions, database design, software engineering. I'm not going to read through the list. You can take a look at everything that we offer. There's a lot of theory, cognitive science as well, actually, and bioinformatics. Those are 2 really big ones that are coming up, especially with computational biology. One of our professors has some research going on as far as the aspects of, they have a study with psychologists where they use the cognitive sciences of the room, and they use computer configurations to study the reactions of the patients and so forth. So I cannot explain it in any way, any close to what it actually is and what's going on with it, because I don't know the details behind it, but it's a pretty interesting study. We also have the robotics program. That's pretty big. A lot of our students actually love that program. Distributed systems, computer networking. This is all studies that are going on. If you have any questions about it, I can always put you in contact with the professors that are leading the studies. And they're always looking for new students to take on and mentor. So just reach out to me and I can help you with that. So some basic admission requirements for each of our programs. They all require that you do have a 3.0 GPA on your last 2 years of your upper division coursework. That's pretty basic and standard for all of our degrees. Now, there are some specifics to each one that may be a little bit different. So cybersecurity, we do desire that you have a degree within computer science, computer engineering, or information technology. That's not to say that if you don't have a degree in that field, you can't get admitted, but it would require some prerequisites for you to take in order to prepare yourself for some of the core classes that program does offer. Information technology, we do desire that you have a degree in IT, computer science, computer engineering. If you don't, that's okay as well. There is a list of prerequisites that you can take to prepare yourself for the program. For telecom and networking, there really isn't any specific field. So long as it's something similar, the graduate committee will decide whether or not you are ready for the program. They'll take a look at your undergraduate coursework. Like I said, it's the one program that we get students from any type of field, including communications. We have a couple from hospitality as well. So it is a pretty wide admitting program. For data science, that one does admit students from fields like computer science, computer engineering, IT, mathematics, statistics. They're looking for specific experience in the mathematicals and computer science fields. So if you have some of those courses with your undergrad degree, that's great. If not, once again, there is a list of prereqs that can be provided so that you can prepare yourself for that master's degree. And that is our only program that does require a GRE. Okay, so we do have a minimum score requirement for that one, and it's 148 on the quantitative section. For the master's in computer science, they do desire that you have a degree either in computer science or computer engineering, okay? There's also a list of prereqs for that we can provide you if you don't have a degree in that field. We get a lot of students that come from a completely different field. We've got some from biology, chemistry, neurosciences, and now at the graduate level, they wish to change their fields completely and go for computer science. So that's always possible. The prereqs prepare you for it. And the PhD. So for the PhD, there's two different admission standards. There's the standard if you have a master's degree already, but it is possible to apply for the PhD without having a master's yet. So I say yet because you can earn the master's along the way, but you will have to have a 3.2 GPA in your last 2 years of undergraduate coursework, upper division, instead of just a 3.0. Okay. If you do have a master's degree, you should have a 3.3 GPA in the master's and at least the 3.0 required in the undergrad last 2 years. Okay. Typically, our graduate committee is looking for students from the computer science or computer engineering fields for the admissions to the PhD. That's not to say that you have to have those kind of degrees. But typically due to the amount of research that does happen within the PhD, that is the desired field that they do want you to have a degree in, okay? How do you apply for admissions? So our application recently changed and it went to engineering CAS, but you can still find the links through the same application as before, the same website. So you go to admissions.fiu.edu. And you're gonna go look through the applications. You're gonna look for engineering applications fall 2020 and beyond, okay? A lot of people just go to applications, apply online, and click on the regular FIU application, and then you'll reach out and say you can't find your program on there. This is why. Our application is on engineering CAS right now. So you do have to specifically look for the link that says engineering application fall 2020 and beyond. Or the easiest way to find it as well, now that you know that it is on engineering CAS, you can go to Google, engineering CAS, CAS. The first link that comes up is typically very easy. Click on that. It's going to take you directly to the engineering CAS website and you click apply and you'll find it there. Now, that's very short and brief. I wanted to just introduce our programs to you. If you have any other questions, you can always reach out for detailed information. I can put you in contact with any of our mentors and professors that we have in any of our specific fields if you like. I can always email you a list of the research areas that we have going on. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask now.
Hello, good morning. I have a question.
Hi, sure.
You mentioned for computer science, the PhD, you can do the master with along with the PhD. Like,
Yes. Yeah, so you can start the PhD And as you progress through the PhD, you eventually do meet all the requirements for the master's program. So we award you the master's along the way while you're completing your PhD. So it's called a master's en route. So you don't have to have it before you get admitted to the PhD. If you just have your bachelor's and you decide you want to go straight through the PhD, then you can apply directly to the PhD. And one great benefit to doing that is that there's a lot more funding opportunities for the PhD than there is for the master's. A lot of our professors that have grants and fellowships and assistantships available and they have money to fund you, they're going to much rather fund a PhD doctoral student who is doing research with them than to fund the master's student. So it's a great way to get your PhD paid for as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see. Okay, thank you.
Rebecca, can students still apply for fall semester for your programs, or has that deadline passed?
So the deadline technically, according to our website, did pass. We know that right now we have a lot of students finishing up their current bachelor's that don't have the opportunity or didn't know what they were going to do, what's next. There's a lot of uncertainties with everything that's going on. A lot of our students had internships lined up that were canceled. So we are working with our students. If you do submit an application and it comes in for the spring semester, we'll do everything possible to work with the admissions office and the admissions officer for the file. And if they do wish to start in the fall semester, we'll still consider them for the fall semester if possible. So we're still taking applicants as much as we could. We would like to see them come back and get admitted to a program, especially since right now a lot of them that are reaching out. The biggest concern we're getting is I had plans, they didn't work out. I had an internship, so now that's not going to happen. So I decided to go back to school. So because of a lot of that kind of stuff and the current pandemic, they've missed our deadline. So we are still accepting applications. We'll work with the students that do apply. If they wish to start in fall, we'll do everything possible to help them.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. The application will come in for spring. So they just have to let me know that they want to start in fall instead, and we'll go ahead and work with them.
And if students want to reach out to you, should they send you an email directly, or how would they kind of to continue with the conversation?
My main contact information is on our website. They can send me an email. Let me see if I can put it in here in the chat. But I'm also available via phone. So my office line does come directly to me at any given time. So you can always call me personally and I will be there to answer your call. So my contact information, I just put it in the chat. So I'm available either via email or by phone. Either one is fine.
Okay, great.
Okay, well, thank you, Rebecca. If there are no other questions, we have Rebecca's contact information there. I just would like to remind both of you that we do also hold the other information sessions that cover more general topics. If you have questions on funding, you can always reach out to us directly, and we can answer questions one-on-one via email as well. So we are definitely all here for you. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. And we hope to see your applications come through.